He's a pig.
Excuse me?
I said he's a pig.
Okay. He wants this. He wants to get arrested. He wants to get into an altercation with police officers. He's knocking his head up and down to run consecutive for a total of 180 days in custody.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. I have you now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rando Mando channel. I have the greatest hits from DeCastro's latest court appearance, where he won himself 180 days. Oh, this is going to be awesome. We're going to be 180 days free of Chilita DeCastrated. Enjoy the video.
All right, Jose DeCastro, 23 CR 013015.
Good morning, Your Honor. Agnes Botello is being paid for the record. Good morning, State.
Good morning, Mike. Me on behalf of the defendant, personally speaking this morning.
So I have signed 2 media requests that permit recording or photographing these proceedings, but I have not granted any other requests to record or live stream these proceedings. So I need Mr. DeCastro and everybody else who wants to stay in the courtroom to surrender their phones, or you can leave.
Are your phone helping or not? Take one from
I need Mr. DeCastro to empty all of his pockets.
What's that?
Empty your
pockets and give up your phones to the judge.
I have to give you my phones?
Yeah.
My phones have to be completely off.
Yep. I don't really want to be part of your YouTube channel. So,
You already are.
okay,
You already are.
awesome.
I'm not gonna get into this guy though. I'll give him someone else. I'm not touching
No,
myself.
no, they're gonna go to my marshal.
He's a pig.
Excuse me?
I said he's a pig.
Okay. So I'm not gonna permit you to speak to anybody in my courtroom in that manner, and if you don't want to apologize, I'm gonna hold you in contempt.
I apologize to the court, Your Honor.
No, you can apologize to, they've done nothing to you.
Actually, Your Honor, when you were here, you came over and gave me a directive for no reason and started telling me what to do.
Okay,
I
well,
have all the respect and love for the court. I follow the rule of law all the time. I
no,
trust
it
the rule.
is their job to maintain the safety and security of the courtroom.
I agree with you, Your Honor.
So, if you want to speak like that in my courtroom, I'm gonna hold you in contempt. And if I hold you in contempt, you're going to jail. That is not my wish. Okay?
I wish you would.
All right. So I need you to empty your pockets too. Suit pocket, pants pocket.
This is illegal. This is a violation of my Fourth Amendment.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. I don't have any recording devices on me. What are you talking about?
How about suit jacket?
I don't have anything on me. This is preposterous.
No, it's
This
not.
really is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
It's
is.
on your phone too. Off.
They're recording everything.
They have a media request.
Right, and I'm not recording anything. Your guy here took my phone, so his phone's not on.
Right.
You take the lawyer's phone too?
No, I'm not gonna take the lawyer's phone. He's an officer of the court. All right. Do we have everybody's phones? Are they off? All right. Good. All right. All right, this is the time set for the trial of State of Nevada versus Jose DeCastro, 23 CR 013015. Is the state ready to proceed?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
How many witnesses do you have?
We anticipate one.
All right, is the defense ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I have your request to convert counsel to standby counsel. I'm going to deny that request. Either you represent him or he should have previously requested a Pareto canvas to represent himself. That I just consider that a delay tactic, so that request is denied. Are you ready to proceed? Otherwise, I'm assuming you are.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, will the state please call the first witness?
And so, at some point, while you were still in your vehicle, in your patrol vehicle, did something occur that's causing you to have to testify before Judge Zimmerman today?
Yes, I had an unrelated person come over to start recording the traffic stop.
Can you describe this individual?
He was a white male adult. He was wearing bright colored hoodie and blue jeans.
That individual, do you see him here in court today?
Yes, I do.
Can you please point to him and describe something he's wearing?
He's wearing a suit and a blue tie.
And so, is that when, upon seeing him being that close to the driver, is that when you told him, you walked up to the driver of the stopped vehicle and asked Mr. DeCastro to back up?
Yes, once he started talking with the driver.
Okay. And why is it that you did that, officer?
Well, I can't have unrelated people next to my traffic stops. I don't know if he's a dangerous person, armed, he could be a boyfriend of the stopped person. It's for my safety and the safety of the person I've stopped.
Good morning, officer. How are you doing?
Morning, sir. I'm well. How are you?
Very well. How many feet did you order the defendant to back up specifically?
I never had an opportunity to give him an exact distance.
Your testimony is you never told him an exact distance to back up, correct?
Yes, he never allowed me to.
What do you mean you never allowed you to?
I asked him to back up and he continued arguing with me, so I can never specify the exact distance for me.
But you had time to give him 5 commands to back up, is that correct?
Yes,
What training do you have in regards to the First Amendment?
it's standard academy training.
Can you explain what that entails?
Usually includes a classroom setting, PowerPoint taught by police officer, academy officer.
Do you remember receiving that training specifically?
Yes,
How long ago was that?
when I was first employed about 8 years ago.
Do you have any follow-up training?
Specifically on First Amendment, we've had some follow-up training regarding First Amendment auditors.
Okay, can you explain what that follow-up training was?
The follow-up training was just a refresher on the First Amendment and how the department wants to handle or react to First Amendment auditors.
In that training, did they explain any case law governing how many feet somebody has to move back or anything like that?
Objection, Your Honor, at this point of relevance, and I think it's beyond the scope of, the charges that were to determine guilt on this.
Can you tell me what's the relevance?
Yes, Your Honor. He detained the defendant after issuing commands to back up a particular distance. He testified he's received training. I should be entitled to cross-examine him about what that training is and how he's coming up with the specific numbers he's using
I
to
think her objection was with respect to the case law that you're inquiring about.
Your Honor, our position is that he is issuing commands that are contrary to that case law and he's been training on that case law, then there can't be an obstruction of justice.
So I'm going to sustain the objection and ask you to move on.
And translation, your First Amendment audit argument doesn't apply, dumbass.
During this traffic stop in particular, what specific factors led you to believe there might be a danger to officer safety?
Based on his proximity to my driver, based on his demeanor being argumentative, based on his physical demeanor, his veins were popping out of his neck as he was yelling at me.
Did you ever ask the driver their opinion about whether they wanted him there or not?
No, my first step
Objection,
was,
relevance.
Sustained.
Did at some point the defendant inform you that he was a member of the press?
he did.
Did that influence any of the orders you chose to give or not give to the defendant?
No, it doesn't matter.
Why does it not? What is your basis of that statement, I guess?
Media, reporters, and standard citizens, they treat them all the same.
So you becoming aware that somebody is a member of the press does not affect your decision-making in reference to your First Amendment training?
No, and how was I to know that he was a member of the press? Whenever I interact with members of the press, they usually identify what station they're with or a group that they're with. They usually have some sort of identification, name badge, and we have a good relationship with press out here. They don't approach us the way that DeCastro did.
Your Honor, I call Jose DeCastro. What type of films do you make for your YouTube channel?
I only film police in their official capacity. I'm known across the country and across the world.
And why do you engage in that type of film?
So I'm gonna ask you, Mr., to direct your questions about the incident in question.
On stating the question, why did you report that vehicle?
I was filming that cop because that's what I do for a living. I'm a member of the press, and I invoke my right to be press. I always invoke my right to be press within the first 10 seconds of engaging with police, and I have thousands of videos that prove this.
So this is how you make money.
Yeah, so Chili, two things. One, you're not a member of the press, as outlined in Metz versus Milan. You are a YouTuber who agitates and produces false aggressive reactions from the police and from the public so that you can make money off of your shitty YouTube videos. Two, I love this judge. She is 100% right. This is how Chili makes his money that he doesn't report to the IRS. Just saying.
If I may, in Arizona, they created a 10-foot law.
Objection, relevance, we're not in Arizona, it's state of Nevada.
So I'm gonna allow it because I think that goes to why he kept saying 10 feet in the video, even though I will take judicial notice that you're not in the state of Arizona, you're in the state of Nevada.
Your Honor, I'm asking the court to sentence the defendant to credit for time served for these offenses. Even if the court concludes, and the court did conclude that he didn't have the right to do what he did, I think the court can see that he sincerely believed that he had the right to do so. That's based on his past experiences and the training he's received in reference to the First Amendment. I don't think there's any intent from the defendant to engage in any wrongdoing in this case, Your Honor. And that being the case, especially because of the public policy interests at issue.
When you say he doesn't wish to engage in any wrongdoing, it seems to me from observing him in the video that he wants this. He wants to get arrested. He wants to get into an altercation with police officers. He welcomes this. This helps his YouTube channel. He called the officers here in my courtroom today pigs. He called me, and he's nodding his head up and down. So apparently he hates every law enforcement officer in the United States. All right, please stand up, sir. Are you finished with your request for credit for time served?
I would just emphasize, Your Honor, that the defendant testified and he sincerely believes that he is providing a public service when he reviews and films these incidents. I understand the court may have a different view of that, but when we're talking about First Amendment public policy issues such as supervising people involved in government, I think that is something the court can take into consideration, not financial impact. Let's go on that.
Mr. DeCastro, please stand. I hereby sentence you to 90 days in the Clark County Detention Center on count 1, 90 days in the Clark County Detention Center on count 2, to run consecutive for a total of 180 days in custody. Thank you.
Sentence suspended or?
Oh no, we're going to start right now.